Okay, I want to talk about the template that I have. So you've seen my studio tour, and in the previous video, if you've seen it, you saw sort of the glitch I had in my USB Midi setup, which in that video showed the problem and how it got, it's not really solved, but the workaround. So today I'm going to just show you the quick setup, and I was going to give you a real quick tour of that. Let me just make sure I got nothing on here. Okay, so off to the races. So basically I've got a hybrid of a few plugins and mostly Midi. And the way this template is set up is so that I can work real fast. I've got a quick approximation of the sounds that I'm sort of feeling, at least for today right now. They could all change, and I could make a whole other template that's directed towards another style or genre of music, but for today this is it. And so as you can see, I just have one, I have no tracks except one pretty much set up, and then that one track can go to either a plugin or any of the tracks, or it can go into a MIDI assignment. So like if it's a plugin, there's drum synth, okay, it could go to Superior Drummer. So, okay, it could go to, this is a cool plugin. And that's my rhythm guitar I use a lot. And then got a Rhodes here I use. It's from Rhodes Affair. And then ironically, I'm using this Cosm searing, and I've got no effects on here for now, and it just sounds kind of mediocre. But as soon as I run it through plugin, and that's from the Roland Cloud, the Cosm searing sound from the 5080. So as soon as I'm running through a plugin like the Helix, it's just okay. So that's really cool. That works out for the kind of stuff that I'm doing fairly well. And these are just guidelines for myself. There's nothing has to be that way. So if I go in the MIDI here, this is where it gets interesting. You can see I've got a ton of ports on the network, and all these are just modules. So for example, real quickly, I've got the Phantom on here, and I've got so the idea is not to be able to change the sounds. I mean, I can do it from here and set it up, but the idea is more just changing from instrument to instrument. I've got most of the sounds, and some of the modules are running in multi and some are running in single mode. And so by design, and that's the Wurlitzer from 58, from the Phantom, and so forth and so on. So okay, as a matter of fact, even on channel 15 I got the K5000, and then I got the DX7. Okay, and so, well, you saw the studio gear that I have. So I've got the JD800 on channel 4. That's on the iConnect port 2. Okay. And then I got the V synth on the other port. Okay, and then got the Motif Classic, and I have that set up so I can run either multi or single. Okay, and then the ES and the XS, same thing. I've got basically set up as multi here. Because I like the acoustic guitars in here. Okay. And then on port A, I'll get to that in a minute. The Nord Stage 3 is USB. Okay. T3, D50, they're on another port. Triton's on another port. Like I said, I got my TX802, which is like a DX7. And I got my 990 on port 3, I think. And then the wave station, of course, is on channel 2. Okay. And so it's XP30 on that port. And that's set up as a controller because it's got a really good feel. So I can use that for controlling. Got another 5080 and then a 3080, believe it or not. But that's more for drums. So it's dedicated for the SRX drums. Real fat sound. And so that's basically the SYS setup all in a nutshell. So I guess it's not as big as I thought it was. But the wiring for this whole setup was monstrous. With second to none as far as complexity. So I haven't seen a setup like this. It reminds me of Steve Picaro. Had a video from Hot Licks a long time ago. And had this monstrous setup with like the TX-8016, Oberheim expander, all the gear that was out back then. And can't help to remember that video when I look at my own setup. So, but so if you have any questions, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna say this in advance, that the advantage of using the MPC X software is you still get the flow of the MPC, but you get basically more audio tracks. Because as far as the plugins, I can work around those. But it's the amount of audio tracks that you get when you're running the MPC software. Standalone, it's just 8-track stereo, and it's just not enough. So we're at version 2.9. I got a very good feeling that 3.0 is going to bring a paid update. I'm sure Kai's done that by design. You can comment about that, your opinions on that down below. But I believe they're going to give you that new arranger mode, and they're going to give you with the new UI, and they're going to give you some kind of disc streaming for increased audio track count. Whether that's going to be enough to take the place of the DAW for those reasons aforementioned, I don't know. So anyway, until then, leave any questions or comments below, and peace out.